Guys, girls, welcome back. We have got another episode that is not Lamborghini content today. We're doing something, I would say different, but it's not different because it's definitely something we do every day of our lives. But Bevy, head spanner man of all the drift car stuff, probably in every single video, helped with the Lambo build, very good friend of mine. We're bagging his BMW 3 Series. He's, as a little bit of a favour, worked with Air Lift. Air Lift were very nice to support me on helping out a friend. So we have got a brand new Performance Struts, ALP4 manifold, high-air compressor, and obviously the only tank that we will use now, a flow tank. So this episode, I'll try and talk you through a little bit of the technicals, the benefits of flow tanks, what the ALP4 manifold does, show you fitting all the struts and suspension. And then by the end of this, Bevy's BM should be on the deck. So Bevy's a little bit like me, probably a bit worse, I would say, in terms of getting excited. So there ain't nothing fun about showing you running a wiring loom through a car. I can show you what connections do what, but I said to him, just crack on, get some of the bits mounted, get the wiring loom through the car. It saves us today. So he's done that throughout the nights in the week. Today, he mainly put all of the install together, struts on the car, and run the airlines, and then it will be done completed by today. So wiring loom is here. Good thing about BMW, battery is in the back, and you have a fuse box. So he's actually got his main loom here, your relay, control plug for your manifold, and connections for your compressor. He's got a chrome Air 444 compressor that he's going to mount in here through the hole. This is obviously where your battery positive and negative goes, and then fuse box up here is where your ignition live goes. You run a 30 amp fuse to the battery, and then it's got a mini 3 amp blade fuse for the ignition live. Obviously consistent power to the manifold. Ignition live powers it up when the car powers up. BMWs are a bit weird. Cut that, Oscar. BMWs are a bit weird. They have a delay of when they turn off. So I know when I first ever bagged a BMW myself, freaked myself out because wired it all incorrectly, turned the car off, and everything was still powered up. They've got like a 30-second delay, then they shut themselves down. Totally normal, it turns out. His controller is already run. I believe his controller will end up somewhere in this area, and he is already at it getting front suspension off because you're like a kid at Christmas.
I've got an analogy, but I can't say it on YouTube. I'll tell you it when the camera's off. It's quite funny.
And the one other good funny, I wouldn't say good because I don't, although I've kind of supported this, I don't agree with this. This was meant to be his daily that he doesn't touch because he is building something like this, a full drift build, shell up build, and this idiot decided that he wanted to start messing around with this.
So form number one would be that it's an automatic. It has an 8 HP gearbox with plastic oil sump. Now, while the springs are not that low, I wouldn't even call them low. 40mm is not lower in your car. It just closes a wee bit of gap. Every time I go into work with massive, I scrape the oil pan of the gearbox. Oh, it terrifies me.
So that's your excuse for air?
Second reasoning is my little girl, who you would think is all princesses, rainbows and unicorns, turned around and said, "Dad, I miss when your car goes psst." So I'm doing it for my little girl, which should actually make it quite cute. So everyone should go, oh.
More to the point, tell him what Natalie said after you was on your way home from dinner last night.
They're not missing.
Bear in mind, this is his daily. Wait, no, what else was it? Does he not miss having a cool car with shiny wheels that people look at? Bang out of order. And Natalie, if you're watching this, that's shocking behaviour. Going on for the rest of the management, ALP4 controller. This is all now touchscreen. We'll show you this obviously once it's in the car of how all the functions are. 4 preset buttons, 9 times out of 10, you run right well. I personally do. I go ride high button, motorway button, air out button, and then this can be, so for example, in the Lamborghini, I do this as front lift, so all it does is lift up the front part of the car. But you can have that as a manual lift just the front, lift just the back, have it as another preset. The good thing with these buttons is everything is codable and changeable yourself. You can also change each button to individual different colors if you want. ALP4 manifold. Yes, this manifold is a little bit bigger than your 3P manifolds. The main reason for that, I believe, is there is now larger pressure sensors in this to help and equate for less pressure sensor failures. So cold weather, for example, we all know, we've all been there, especially back in the days of V2 management. It gets cold, you get a pressure sensor failure. 9 times out of 10, if you leave it or you heat it up, you can bring it back to life. Worst case scenario is if you keep trying to make it go up and whatnot, you kill the manifold, you need a new manifold. So larger manifold helps reduce that. Another good part now is threaded outlets. So your front left, front right, rear left, rear right, tank, exhaust. These are now threaded so that you can put your own fittings in. So for example, on the Lambo again, we needed 90 degrees straight away. Back in the day, it would be just a built-in push fit. Then you would have to buy extra fittings if you wanted to angle it, things like that. So another good little tip and trick. And the biggest key feature of this is all light up now. So again, you've probably seen in the Lambo, when you've got a manifold on display, you can now have it illuminated. So there's no more, I still like lights, I still like the whole putting LEDs in installs and stuff, but that gives you a little bit more of, you may not need to add lights because the manifold will automatically do it for you. Fully changeable, there's, I don't know how many, I want to guess maybe 10 to 15 different colour settings, and you can change the brightness of it. So it actually goes really, really bright. Again, I keep referring back to the Lambo, but it's the one we've just done. The brightness is all the way down on mine and it's still really eye-catching. So another good little perk. It takes some getting used to when you've been on 3P for 10 years. It definitely takes a bit of getting used to how all the new controls and everything work, but it is such a good management. So I've definitely got the better job at the moment. I'm trimming install panels while poor Bevy is getting his hands dirty, but Bevy likes getting his hands dirty. That's why he's top man for looking after this. So we got one strut out over here.
You know what, I'd actually say it's probably better unless you've got stock springs in. So with a Golf, you put your wee hub spreader in, you spread it, you pull the hub down. Sometimes you've got to undo the wishbone because they're a bit long. This, you need to carefully and meticulously pull a metal top mount past your wing, which is terrifying, especially if you're working on, like, say, an individual M car, which we've done with Amal satin, and you've got to sit and, like, look, there's not a lot of space, that's with a lowering spring. So you've got to sit and, like, put 19 layers of masking tape on, push it down, pull it out. It's horrible.
I know, you know, the only thing I look at with this, I know we obviously have to align our cars anyway, but look at the angle that you've got that hub sitting at. Yeah. Alignment is well and truly out the window.
Eyeball.
Anyway, front struts are out, so he is powering along. Believe it or not, the part that took the longest for him doing all this was getting the arch liners out, because BMW use these stupid things. So 2 front struts to go in. And then I'm going to assume, are you going to put your arch liners back in or do the rears and then that?
I will do the rears, then I'll run all the lines.
Then all the arch liners.
Because you need Chrissy to show up so you can do that.
Yeah, Chrissy, we need some cleaning. We need stock wheels there, arch liners. And I've sold my OEM Lambo wheels and I need to clean them before I ship them. And Chrissy loves cleaning.
Where's the cleaner?
But fronts are done, rears next. Okay, I do need to give the old carpet a good bit of hoover, but how much better does it instantly all look when you get some carpet on the MDF? I need to, okay, I've made an error here, and we'll keep it on video. I need to take it back off. I need to put his fittings in his manifold for him, and then we'll have fittings in the manifold, run the lines down here, they'll tuck down out of his way. So I'll take it all back off now and put the fittings in the manifold, shall I? I've been doing all the install. I actually managed to get away without me having to get involved in the struts today. So good on you, Bev. So we've got front strut in, leader line is already connected. The full rear is in, so you've got double bellow bag, a full performance rear shock to go with it, threaded body so it is height adjustable to get the perfect lift and drop. These are also 30 weight adjustable dampening, hard and soft, which makes it really, really helpful for getting the most comfortable ride. I actually just adjusted all the ones on mine on the Lambo the other night. Bevy's just getting some woodwork done for the install to be completed.
Do you notice, Stephen, right? The holes for where my airlines will be running. Notice here there's a 5th hole.
Oh no.
Front left, rear left, front right, rear right. That is for the exhaust, because unlike Steve, I like my car to go psss.
I hate it. I have to have silent air outs. So mine's got a silencer in it, so it just drops with no sound. He wants it in the outside, so it sounds even more extreme. Not required. And look at the state of the... You've made my driveway very messy. We've got stuff everywhere. But I reckon in the next hour, run the airlines and the car should be hitting the deck. We are near the end. You can see we've got airlines coming in. There is a wild beverage under the car. How are we doing, young sir?
Doing every air installer's favourite part of an air install.
Yeah, the worst part when a car's on axle stands.
Running airlines, trying to avoid all the moving part of a rear wheel drive car. You've got the drive shafts, And then just when you think you're past all the drive shafts, you've got the prop shaft that goes right to the front of the car.
So where are we at? Have you done the two fronts?
The front left is done, both rears are done, driver's side front lane.
So we're nearly there. And then it throws some of the install in, and then this car will be complete. Is what we would do at the end of this. We'll give you a full rundown of everything on the car, what the struts are that were being used, what the management is, and so that if anyone ever has any questions, you can reach out to Air Lift Performance directly. Car Audio Security is Air Lift UK distributor, or you can even reach out to myself. I've had plenty of experience fitting air suspension, so any questions, I'm sure I'll be able to answer anything for you. So
Stuck, he'll ask me.
well, if Steve gets stuck of not wanting to roll around on the floor like that, then we ask Bevy. Bit of reverse psychology, you know. But no, air is my go-to. I don't think I've had a car, apart from the race cars, I've not had a car not on air for probably the last 10 years. It's just my it's my go-to thing, and it does handle. That's the main thing I'll probably always argue, is when you set a car up correctly with the right heights, the right dampening and stuff like that, it'll drive just as good as any car on coilovers. Final stages, compressor. I don't know, I'll have to confirm, I don't know if this is going to be visible or hidden. Airline is run up through here into the flow tank, and then we have another airline that comes down from the flow tank, through under here, down under this false floor, and into your manifold. Exhaust, as we said, because he's a nerd and wants it nice and loud outside the car. And all the lines that go down under the chassis of the car to each strut and bag. Is this the final pieces?
Yeah.
One large screw?
What I need to do is... Nice.
Yeah, we got that on video. Oscar, keep that in.
Oh, the improvisation worked. Laughing at me for that.
So basically the reason he done this was because the floor was slightly coming up the way. So screwing each side into the bit of 2x4 that's underneath to hold that up. Jobs are good, like that. Can you turn it on now? Have you already done it?
Yeah.
So he's gonna fire the car up. You'll probably see now, lit up manifold, knowing Bevy, it's gonna be pink. Oh, read you like a book. Not that the light shows it. See, this, as I mentioned previously, you can change the colour of this light. In true Bevy fashion, it was always going to be pink. I'm actually pretty sure, not that we can see it. Why can't I show him it yet? Your light's inside.
Oh, because they only come on with the auto lights.
Oh,
the
right.
same colour as the manifold.
That's exactly what I was going to say. The interior lighting of him would 100% have been pink as well. But compressor is on and running, filling our tank. That will fill to 150 psi, and then we will be able to start getting air into each bag, leak test everything, arch liners back in, wheels back on, put it on the floor. We do have rear pads and discs to do on my winter practice car. So what we'll probably do is get this on the floor, leave everything aired up with lots of pressure in it, and we can leak test it for the next hour or so while we're doing that car. Bevy is calibrating his system and currently just trying to figure out some presets. So Bevy has calibrated his system. I think this may be him setting up a ride height. It's currently now cracking onto what is a very rusted rear brake. And as I mentioned, I've sold my OEM Lamborghini wheels, so I need to give these a clean. And the only thing for it is the best wheel cleaner there is. Meguiar's Ultimate All Wheel Cleaner. I always use an idiotic amount of this, personally. We are the next day. We lost daylight last night due to trying to do my practice cars, pads and discs, but Bevy's, also known as Kyle, his official name, is done. The car looks unbelievable. He's been trying to dial in ride heights. He actually has told me after last night the car drives pretty good, and BMWs always normally run lots of high pressure, but
Notoriously stiff in the back.
that's exactly what it is.
Twitchy. A lot of people don't like it. I was fully prepared for it, but it was actually driving on a cloud, so I kind of wanted up the dampening, so it isn't like
Which is very unusual. Normally you've got to really soften the dampening for a BMW to get a nice ride, so that is a bonus. Anyway, we'll give you a quick overhaul. It is Air Lift Performance 5-stud front struts, threaded body, 30-way adjustable dampening, Air Lift Performance Series on the rear. It is a separate double bellow bag with a adjustable threaded damper, again 30-way dampening on the back. In the boot he has got a billet flow tank that is 24-inch, can hold up to 200 psi of air, and ALP4 manifold. He's even opened it for us. There we go, look. your billet tank, and then under here,
Still some fit.
yeah, it needs a hoover again as well.
Yeah, we need
but
hoover for a full.
this is going to get cut out for a window so that you can see the manifold. ALP4 manifold. Compressor tucks down here.
That's going to get hidden.
Yeah, that will need hidden. Compressors aren't that, they're a bit ugly. But this car has come out really, really good. We managed to smash this out in a day thanks to Kyle getting his wiring loom done previously. As I mentioned before in the video, Air Lift Performance, if you have any questions, Car Audio Security, if you're in the UK, they are the Air Lift UK distributor, or you can message myself. I've got plenty of experience in it. Let me know what you think of the car. I think it's come out absolutely incredible. If you don't subscribe, hit the subscribe button. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you next video. Peace.